Well, you want to know what they usually do to us failed test subjects?
I imagine it's not pretty.
They dispose of us. They incinerate us, leaving no trace of anything. But Misha, no. For some reason, maybe for once they actually had a soul and compassion for their children and just left her abandoned on a beach. And then, when they realized that I couldn't even temporarily turn into one of our evolutions, well, she could turn into 3 or however many, they locked me up. And I don't remember much. All I could feel is just anger and rage and inside just ripping to shreds. And then some random guy, like a few months ago, some random toxicity just busted in, and I don't know what he did, but I mean, I still wanted to get payback for my parents, but I didn't feel just constantly angry. I could actually think clearly. Well, anyways, unfortunately for that guy, the security system activated. He fell down a trap. I didn't take the time to wonder if he was okay. I just took the chance to run.
So I presume you're looking for some kind of vengeance.
Oh,
Here.
absolutely. And you know, Kara, I can actually kind of respect that whole revenge quest. So, I can relate. I can respect that. So, seems we all have our own desires for revenge. What about you? Well, who exactly are you aiming for, Ostinato? You got some bad blood with your family?
Um, my family that's alive, no. But I want to find out who's responsible for losing my mom and also for why the Federation, their guardians, soldiers weren't ever there to do anything about it then or afterwards. We were kind of left to just deal with it on our own.
Oh, well,
And it was I don't remember the attack specifically, but that's how I got this scar on the other side of my face.
oh yeah,
Um,
that's pretty nasty. Well, lucky you actually had a loving family for once. Ah, whatever. Anyways, I don't know what Zenith or the others want our little mission to be, but well, nice to get to meet ya. But I'm gonna take a nap if you don't mind. Getting pestered by those two earlier was drained me. And Damon just like wanders off and just like nestles in between a couple of rocks and just like curls up and just goes to sleep. So that just happened.
Yep.
Huh.
I don't know. That's a lot about Misha I didn't know. Can't believe she wouldn't do anything to help. Just kind of left on her own. Didn't left them all behind. It seems.
Yeah, I don't get it though.
Well,
Like why? I mean, from what the time that I've been with you guys seem like really nice people. I feel like she would want to help, but
might be part of why she's hiding everything. We'll have to see.
okay.
Either way, that's a issue we're not going to be able to solve right now. So just kind of put it to rest for the moment, I think.
Right. If you, Ostinato, if you don't mind me asking, what happened to your mom?
When I was really young, my father says we were really similar, kind of boisterous, adventurous, maybe a little bit reckless. And I was out kind of visiting one of the local caves, and honestly, I kind of have it blanked out. But I remember a fight ensuing. She screamed for me to get away, um, and I saw a blast of flames. along with her electricity. And the next thing I knew, I was outside the cave, massive scar on my face, and she was gone. And I haven't gotten any more closure since. They just kind of treated it like it happened and kind of just everyone else kind of moved on. I mean, my dad didn't, but no one else tried to help figure it out or anything else. And I guess I've been wondering ever since, but I haven't really had the chance to do anything to figure it out.
Yeah, I, I don't know what happened to my mother. My clan, we, we take our strength very seriously, and I was told that she had a very important mission that she and the rest of the clan went off to, and she went off to go and make our family proud. They all did, but I was told that she was killed.
I remember, I guess, I remember the flames being a weird bluish green. I never seen anything like it. Um, and I don't know, we had a really peaceful island. I don't know why there was something like that all of a sudden. And I mean, I guess I later learned Suicune lived in that same cave, but I guess I don't see any necessary connection between that other than I didn't know that at the time.
Huh. Well, hopefully we both get to find out what happened.
Yeah,
And like Cars, she like just thinking about everything that's happened. She's just like very like upset, and so she's like very glum, and so now she's just gonna like, I'm just gonna I'm gonna do it. I, if we have a mission, we should probably
get
just
some
lay
rest, I
down.
guess.
Yeah. And so Ostinato, you go to take a little nice little a little nappy, and let's see what to do. Ooh, yeah, we can. Yeah, we can do this. Uh, all right. Give me a quick second. Let me just where? Okay. Oh my God. Sorry. This is a roll 20 moment. Also, it's raining outside. Oh great. Okay. So, Asanato, you start to your vision starts to fade into slumber, and you just can't help but continue to think of what you were talking about with um between you and Kara. Like, it starts to bug you, like in the back of your mind. You're just like, there's there's something odd about that. If I can find where the heck is okay. Where's the thing? Oh, there we go. All right. And so you're just like wondering. You feel like you're missing something, but you're like on the cusp of finding it out. And then, but eventually you're just all too tired and reach the point where you'll just sleep it off.
Mm.
And then you find yourself in a place that you haven't been in a very long time. Find yourself home.
Ooh.
Cobalt Caves with your mother. And you're currently,
My
just having, like, you're just having an enjoyable time. No,
I
nothing.
think last time I remember seeing this specific part of the cave was when we met Suicune, but this is clearly before that,
Yep,
so
yep. This is
it's a little
much
bit
early on
confusing.
because you don't have your scar,
Hmm.
and you don't have any. Let's see. You don't have a scar, and you still have a mother. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is
and
so Avatar: The Last Airbender coded.
I'm sorry. What?
This is so Avatar: The Last Airbender coded.
It is.
Oh, man. Anyways, so just as you're like having a wonderful time, uh, just as quickly as this strange dream started, all of a sudden it completely shifts into pure fear as you are surrounded by flames. And you can hear your mother's voice as she's like holding onto you tightly. She's just like, "Stay with me, Ostinato. Don't go. Just stay close. Please be safe." And several figures that are silhouetted start to attack, and you see as your mother tries to fight back, keeping you safe. And then eventually, one of them makes their presence known and proceeds to aim their flaming bone towards your mother, Orphea, and the two begin to duel. And it is a fairly even match until the intruder lands a strike against Orphea and then sends her flying back. And Asnara, as you go to investigate, as you go to check on your mother, she tells you, "Run, please,
I can't leave you here.
please don't. You're just a child. It's okay. Go with your father. You'll be safe." And as you look behind you, the Pokemon gets closer. "Move, child. I don't want to harm you."
And harming her is harming me. And I don't care how big and scary you are, I'm not letting you get closer.
And you see that this Pokemon hesitates before another approaches from behind. "What are you doing? Attack! Hurry up! Finish them off!" No. That This is wrong. "What do you mean this is wrong? This is supposed to be our home. We are supposed to conquer it to keep our people safe. What am I doing? These are families. We're trying to cheat them out of their homes. Oh, don't tell me you've gone soft."
And
Ostinato,
I'm like, conquer it. Like, we'd be willing to welcome people with open arms. We have plenty of room. What's the need for all the violence
Silence,
and
boy! Get out of this. Either you silence him or I do. Leave them alone. I. Fine. Then I will. Fine. Then I'll do what you can't. And this Pokemon raises its bone and is about to strike against both you and your mother. Asnato, what do you try anything in response?
I mean, I I'm so young at this point. I would have very little control over my electricity, but I mean, I feel like I would do whatever I could regardless,
Okay.
with it.
So you try to defend yourself with your electricity, and just as you do, this one Pokemon steps in and tries to block the attack. What are you doing? This is just a child. He's innocent. I said, get off! And both of the bones clash, the Pokemon the Pokemon above pushes theirs even harder, causing the other Pokemon's flaming bone to smack you in the face, burning your eye, Ostinato, as you fall in pain down here. No.
And I'm gonna, as that's happening, I'm gonna like kind of screech out in pain, but also let off a shock that happens to hit on accident the Marowak that's trying to protect me.
All right. As you do, this electric shock just like shoots them back. Ow! No, Ostinato, my son. You hurt my son. And Orphea goes to try to strike at both of these Pokemon. However, she has been fighting a lot already, and just as she's about to, just as she raises an arm to try to strike, this Pokemon does a quick dodge and proceeds to stab your mother through the heart. That's enough. And then Orphea
And I let, so yeah,
groans in pain before collapsing. As for you, why? Why did you do that? Because, like I said, you've grown soft. I can't do this. I have a daughter. I have a child just like her. Then you are not fit to be our leader anymore. As Asano, just before your vision
now
fades away, you see as these two
as this
are
is
getting into
happening,
combat.
as this is happening, I am like delirious with pain from having my eye hit in. But I've also just seen my mother stabbed, and like using all the rage I can muster, I shoot out the strongest charge I can at both of them. Um, like with all the energy I have, and this is the first time my electricity is going to damage myself.
Ooh.
And we'll say the ground Marowak hits this one at the same time, and both those attacks together take the ghost Marowak out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, actually, I have a better idea. You muster up as much electricity and you do that, and it does harm you. You feel your body like searing in pain.
Mhm.
The burn side of your face flares up as like your seared skin um gets even worse, and the this Marowak notices and then proceeds to draw in the electricity into its bone, and then in one massive slam caves into the other Marowak's chest, causing them to drop unmoving. Now, to finish the job. And just as that happens, a large boulder is about to fall onto this Marowak, and they quickly just jump back, and then it falls down, separating you all. Forget this. Great. What are we supposed to do now? But before anything else can happen, your vision fades.
Mm.
And you find yourself waking up in a quick shock from this.
And I wake up and like I guess the electric eel equivalent of like a cold sweat, breathing heavily.
Pretty much. And you realize something. First of all, first of all, like I described that earlier that these were Pokemon, just random Pokemon. Obviously now you know that they're Marowak. And
Hmm.
a diurnal Marowak and a nocturnal one. The nocturnal one was,
Hmm.
the Alolan Marowak. The diurnal one, however, its voice you recognize. And its voice was that of the lead Marowak that you had seen in the dojo that had banished Kara.
And I'm realizing that A, this has to be the nocturnal one had to be Kara's mother, and that B, I helped in the final blow to her, unwittingly, but still. And I'm just kind of like, I guess, breathing super heavily, like at this point having essentially a panic attack. And I had partially come here just kind of wanting to know who was responsible and if I can get revenge, but it turns out, I mean, in part, Kara should be going after me. But I also happen to think that really our goals align more than I thought, perhaps. Her clan is also my enemy. I think at this point, my heavy breathing kind of wakes Kara up, though.
Alright, and so as this happens, Kara slowly wakes up. It's like, Ostinato, you okay?
I'm like, just a nightmare. I'll be fine. And in the time Kara's known me, like, I don't know, nothing's really gotten to me this badly at all.
Are you okay? I've never seen you like this before.
And, trying to figure out what I should say, but, I just had a dream, I guess, and I remember what happened the night I lost my mom.
You say this like in character, right?
Yes,
You did? What happened?
it was. There were two Pokemon in the Cobalt Caves towards the end where we went Suicune, and they were both Marowak.
And Kara's like, her eyes wide. It's like, what?
There was a Nocturnal one with fire, and there was a Diurnal one. And it seemed like they were on a mission to apparently conquer the island. The Nocturnal one, I remember the Diurnal one it had the same voice as the Marowak I saw when we met you. And the Nocturnal one tried to stop them. But the other turned on it. And in my desperation to save my mom, I let out a burst of lightning that I guess, Diurnal one used to channel into its blow against the Nocturnal one, and took it out as my mom was hit through the chest.
And as you say this, Kara steps back. Is like, no. Which Marowak was this that attacked my mother?
It was one of the ground type ones. But
And
its voice was the same as the one I heard when we met you.
the one in particular is their leader.
Yeah, the leader.
The one with the
And they claimed the
recall
nocturnal one
with
was the leader at the
headdress.
time, though. So I guess they must have taken it from them.
Chief Guardia. She killed my mother?
I mean, it's the best I can surmise. But
And like Kara is just completely just mortified. And she's just staring at the ground. She even like why?
all I do know is that your mom was the one who stood up for the right thing. But didn't get her out of it. And I feel like, I mean, it wasn't intentional, but I feel like I had some part to play in it.
Without a word, Kara proceeds to just dig in her bone into the nearby ground, stabbing right into it. If I see her, I'm going to kill her.
At the very least, we know who's responsible, and by some wicked twist of fate, we both have the same enemy here. The person who took out your mom was the one who took out mine. So I think we have our sights set.
Fine. And
Like, I know my father would say vengeance isn't the right path, but I don't know. They can't get away with this.
my father used to say the same thing, but he passed away from a sickness.
Sounds like Chef really likes Ostinato's father, if he says vengeance is the answer.
Then I feel we have our target set,
Yeah.
and we're gonna do what we can to right this, whatever way we see fit.
Right. Sorry, I need to be alone.
That's fair.
And she just walks away and goes in behind this rock formation, and after a bit, you can hear the distant sounds of sobbing.
And at this point, I'm doing the same.
And unknowing to Ostinato and Kara, while pretending to be asleep, Damien was awake, listening to the whole thing. And with that perfect timing on the song, we're going to end things off here. No, I'm kidding. We still have a half hour, technically. And we started the session like half an hour late or 20, 30 minutes late. So y'all don't mind if we go a little over time, because I got something planned.
That's fine.
All right. So, after that, you all take some time to rest. And then, tomorrow is a new day. And you are all greeted by one sec. You are all greeted by Zenith and the other Abyssal Cult members. All right, rise and shine, kiddos. We got a mission for you. So, get this done, and you'll be one step closer to being in the inner circle. So, here's the thing. We have received word that some of our own have been arrested. Idiots. And we gotta our job, or more specifically your guys' job, will be to bust them out. So, you guys are gonna come with us, and we're gonna do a little prison break. And Zenith is like physically, like visibly, like excited. He's like rubbing his hands together. So, what we're gonna we'll give the details later, but you guys might want to see the cool ride we got, and so you all like sort of like everyone like gets ready to go. I was like, okay. And then where's aha, there we go. All right. So you guys like follow down this pathway and eventually go into this one cavern area, and eventually are reach this one small little bay area. And then the first thing that immediately sticks out to you is a strange a strange vehicle parked in the water. A submarine shaped like a camera.
The camera up mobile.
All right, this will be our ride to catch up with the prison ship. Don't ask me on why it looks like that. Boss's orders, we're just going to ignore that. But, so what's going to happen is that this whole prison is a ship, basically. It's like a holding ship, not really a prison ship, but it's mainly meant to ship off criminals to other places. So that, waiting trial, yada, yada, yada. Our main focus is just to bust out our own. Don't worry about the anyone else, especially the people that actually deserve to be in there. So just like leave them be or whatever. So you three, small fry, you guys are going to sneak down into the generator of the ship. That will disable all security protocols, and you'll basically serve as our main way of trying to get them out, and also preventing any unwanted security traps and all of that. While my men and I will go give the captain a little pay him a little visit, and so if you guys aren't able to break him out, we'll step in and convince him to let our guys out. All right? How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, good.
Plan is clear.
And so you guys hop on into this submarine, and away you go through the water. So here's how things are gonna play out. Much like how we did in earlier in the Silver Islands with the what was it? With Team Radiant, we'll be doing the exact same thing, but with Ostinato and his crew. We all live in infernal submarine. Anyway, I'm sorry, I had to do that real quick. So what's gonna happen is
Ooh, yay! That means Jacob and Glastine get to commit crimes with me.
Exactly.
Ooh, and we can have Jacob can play Kara, and Glastine can play Damien.
Yeah. Glastine gets to play another Eevee.
Okay.
A specific Eevee.
Uh-huh.
I still need to watch that episode.
Oh, yeah, you do not know the context of that. But yeah.
Does he know? No.
Does he know? No, he does not. All right, so y'all can.
We're breaking aboard a government ship and blowing stuff up. Let's go.
So yeah, if you guys, feel free to check the information. What the heck? Hold up. Ah, okay, there we go. Feel free to check the information on Kara and Damien just to get accustomed to how they work and all of that. Yeah. Oh, what the heck? Let me fix. There we go. Kara was not at full HP. That's weird. Okay, so you guys just look over that stuff, and Yeah, so, yeah, just the same way that we did it with Team Radiant. You guys get to control other characters. Yippee! All right. So, as Ostinato, Kara, and Damien are just like waiting away in the submarine, Zenith is just like reminding them on the plan, and then eventually they reach their stop. With a large ship, and the submarine slowly rises until it breaks the surface. Jacob, is you good?
Oh shoot, I thought I was muted.
No, you are not.
Sorry.
You are very much not muted. But yeah, so and and then eventually, and then soon the hatch opens, and Zenith first gets out. Is like, all right, you three, all right, you kids, ready to cause some chaos?
Readier than I'll ever be.
Good. All right, let's do this. And Zenith proceeds to Mega Evolve. Let's get him. And then proceeds to blaze kick and break into the ship, breaching a hole through.